All right. It's only been a few times in history where Black Rasslin has gone live, or at the very least, taken a certain, because Saturdays ain't supposed to be work day. They supposed to, unless you work on Saturday. Shout out to you, but you should be taking care of your house and being with your people and all that stuff. But I distinctly remember the Friday when Kofi lost that title to Brock Lesnar, and that Saturday morning we was pacing back. I was pacing back and forth. Kofi Mania meant so much, and it felt like it was just taken away. We was just in the group chat, regular Saturday, just taking care of business. Shout out to everybody in Black Rasslin Land. And I saw a report from Fightful saying that Body Slam has said that Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods have decided to leave the WWE. I'm seeing other people saying that they mutually part ways. I've not seen official on anything, not from WWE. Currently, I've not seen anything from Kofi or Xavier Woods on the social medias now. The report I'm seeing also is saying that JC Mateo and Tonga Loa have left as well. And if you go to the WWE Superstars page on WWE.com, all four of those individuals, I believe, have been moved to the alumni page. I definitely saw Kofi and Xavier Woods over there. I mean, again, brother fam, I don't, it's not, what a morning news alert is right, Megs. I know Megs must just be waking up not too long ago. Immediate thoughts on X and Kof deciding, reportedly deciding to leave the WWE.
Man, it's I'm of two ways about it. I mean, of course, it sucks. We wanted certain things to go certain ways, and then when you start to see them get young, the company specifically get younger and start moving forward. I mean, it's kind of in. It was when they did that thing, that weird breakup, or that weird heel turn that I thought was pretty dope, but then they lost to one big dude, and
yeah,
you saw it, right? And then you see him walking around with man, I hate it.
It's been. I was actually just looking at the picture of that day on Raw where they said they were basically done, and it turned into them turning on Big E and turning heel. And I think starting there, I guess I, like many of us, had hopes of, all right, they got this makes so much sense, instead of breaking up the whole group, they turned heel and stayed together, and you could do a whole thing with Big E, maybe elevating some other tag teams, maybe just elevating other individuals in general. And like, I know X was hurt and just came back off an injury, but even when they were both available and walking around, like, there were multiple weeks where they'd be at Raw cutting the promo that you didn't see unless you paid for a certain tier on Netflix. There was a video that popped. It was right around. I think it was Sunday WrestleMania. It was only a couple of weeks ago. After Seth Rollins popped out with the gear that had the smoke and the holes and whatnot. X, they made a whole video, and again, I'm not trying to say anything, but they made a whole video. I don't know how far they were in debuting that, but the thing was that they had gear that looked to the point where it was a smoky, holy situation as well. It's tough to know when you don't get to see them on TV at all. It's tough to know what's really going on, and hopefully we can actually get some proper confirmation from them, and maybe some more clarity. Although I can only imagine that it may confirm a lot of what people have been thinking about in terms of, like you were saying, or what we've all kind of been saying. They seem to be set up for something, and then they were put in positions that, were kind of dead ends. Where do you go when you're the New Day teaming with Grayson Waller? No diss to Grayson Waller, but what sense is being made right there?
Yeah, I think they are casualties of the pivot, right?
Yeah.
A lot of times, once they have to change their mind, I feel like creative be like, "Oh, we could do this." Never mind. Like we've seen it a lot, right?
Yes.
And we're talking, in my opinion, not the best, but the most important team in the history of pro wrestling as far as black people go. Like I've said this several times.
Willow just said it.
It's a big deal, man. Mm-hmm. It's why we're here. I you know, and I don't know if I feel like we're like maybe not like jumping a gun, but like
talk
at the front of this. Like it's important that certain things are said, and there are going to be a lot of takes and someone was fumble. I can't wait to see him at AEW. Like there's going to be a great deal of that, but the importance of the New Day shouldn't be understated, right? So if they are in fact gone, man, this is a huge deal specifically in black wrestling. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And so for us, man, I feel like we just listen. I know y'all coming here for the comedy and this and that, but man, we cover all this stuff weekly, daily. And at this point, man, I feel like it's our responsibility to kind of come out here and just kind of discuss, the possibilities and what this is in general and what was missed and just make sure niggas know, like, this is easily the most important tag team as far as black people goes in the history of pro wrestling.
Well, I think that's a good place to start. And I mean, it kind of circles where Vin, shout out to Vin in the Eyeball podcast. He said, shout out to Bulls. What am I talking about? He said, tough Band-Aid to rip off, but New Day did all they could in WWE, and that's a hell of a lot, which I mean is fact. They seem like they know what they need, is this clean break in next act, which I mean could be very well the case. It's that conversation of you mentioned, greatest tag team, especially in regards to for what we do and what we're into, and as black fans, and for put what we're about. But I do in general, I mean, that it wasn't that long ago where the conversation was New Day, Usos, and FTR in terms of like the greatest tag team walking the earth right now. I just wanted to be clear in terms of the accomplishments of the New Day. I mean, we're talking, we've got two WWE champions in Kofi Kingston and Big E, and Kofi Mania in itself is a chapter that we should at least talk about in a little bit. Big E won an IC title during this reign. That was a phenomenal IC title reign. That was actually the IC title reign that set him up for that future greatness. The 12-time tag team champions. It's 5 with the Raw title, 7 with the SmackDown title. Actually, and they are also, my mistake, they are also NXT tag team champ. They had its NXT tag team title run as well, which was great because it was during the pandemic, if I'm not mistaken. Like they kind of just ran down and said, "Bet, give me that. We got this right quick." Woods was king of the ring. Kofi Kingston became the 13th Grand Slam champion while he was with the New Day. They have both Kofi and Big E were Triple Crown champions, and Kofi and Woods were tag team Triple Crown champions. They won the SmackDown Tag Team Championship tournament in 2018. Hell, Woods was the #1 contender for the Speed Championship in 2024. Kofi and Daniel Bryan, obviously match of the year at WrestleMania 35. They've had 2 WWE year-end awards. In 2019, they were the men's tag team of the year, and Kofi winning the title being the moment of the year. And also in 2020, they won a Slammy for Ring Gear of the year. I mean, that's they would have to invent more titles for them to win and more accolades for them to achieve. And I think the only thing, I actually want to bring Vin's comment again. I don't want to be too long with it, but the only thing that makes this a tough Band-Aid to rip off and a tough pill to swallow is because, just like why we're here today, just like the reason that Big E can no longer compete anymore, it's stuff that was taken. It's it's why, you know, I make sure people highlight the John Cena's and the AJ Styles and everybody who's able to retire and still do their thing, even like Shawn Michaels, something like that, because there's so many instances like we're seeing here where this entire group is gone for reasons that have nothing to do with them being dope. There's probably more that they could have done. There's really more that they could have done at a certain point. And I think that you're not wrong, Vin, but I think that's kind of what makes it more frustrating.
Yeah, man. Look at Donnie's comment, right? And it's what I'm talking about. It's what Willow was talking about. It was, oh, black people aren't either the aggressive nigga from the street or the smiley dancing nigga, right?
Right.
There is nuance to blackness. And it allowed them creatively to be able to see that black people can be successful in many different roles and they don't have to be one thing. And it's the reason why we see so many, specifically black folks. Now, I ain't going to speak on, you know, people of color. I don't like to kind of bunch people like that. But specifically black folks, the company saw the possibility of character and not necessarily just this one kind of guy. And it's why we've seen the expansion of blackness on specifically WWE TV. And for me, there'll never be anything more important than them dudes.
Yeah. Yeah. It's 100% correct. And I think that's just like, you know, again, with Donnie highlighting a Bianca and a Lash, I think just like there's been, you know, hell, DNC Digital talking about, you know, his daughter's first favorite wrestlers. I think there's a lot of people whose first favorites are a Bianca or a Naomi or a Lash. And I think being able to have, or a Willow, you know what I mean? You know, not just WWE specific, but being able to have black folk that show that, you know, we're not a monolith is allowing more black people to say, hey, I am not the thug. I'm not into any of that side of, you know, I'm not a hip hop culture person. Yeah. But I am into gaming, or I am into, you know, goth, or, you know, whatever the case may be, and I can turn that into my wrestling character as well.
Remember the golden moments where like it was New Day was popping and Kaz was there too, and they did stuff like the kneeling, the Booker T stuff. Like this is what I mean by like it taught them that black folks are viable other than just being the super athlete. Like the character side of it, which is more important over in WWE specifically. It taught them that you could do different things, and just, man, it's when it happened for us, right? When the New Day happened, like when the New Day was really hot in the streets, it was prime time for us, because we are dudes that came from the time of There Can Only Be One, the goddamn Highlander Negroes.
Yes.
We've advanced past that, and we watched it in real time.
Right.
It was, man, they're so important, man, and I can't overstate that at all. I think it's important for me. Is more important than like, well, they had the best matches. Which, listen, New Day and the goddamn Usos is also one of the best tag team rivalries ever.
Yeah. The beauty is that it's not just folks were seen when the New Day was around. I think it's when Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods were in there. I mean, individually, you know, again, I want to talk about Kofi Mania. Individually, phenomenal. There's a reason why they're in the WWE to begin with. But as a tag team unit, as characters who understand who they are, and hell, I was a little fearful of how well they could be as heels, and maybe somebody was scared of how good they were as bad guys, because like Chad has said it, they never really got the chance to step into that. But I think when you talk about the New Day and you talk about appointment television, I think, you know, I do want to talk Kofi Mania. I think there was, because these days, you know, whether it's the Cody Crybabies or Pat McAfee reacting to the Twitter timeline and whatnot. Like, the WWE universe has, maybe more so than any other fandoms out there, been able to be vocal and enact change. And I do remember Kofi Mania wasn't the plan for Mania 35. It's not like Vince McMahon was booking that. At that, shout out Mustafa Ali, who you see right now on TNA television going buck wild. He was destined to be something. He was the man that was going to be in the chamber, and he ended up getting injured. Kofi stepped in and showed up and showed. Fam, you remember me, you, and your cousin sitting on the phone on the polo? The post match with Biggie talking, hey man, get your flowers, man. You better stand there and get your flowers, like, because that shit was real. Like, you know, damn a wrestling storyline, damn a gimmick. And I mean, for a second, it wasn't even about just color. I mean, at a certain point, Kofi had been there so long. I saw, was it Body or somebody had posted the Kofi signed in 2006. It's been 20 years since he's been in WWE. Like, really think about that. And at that point, that's WrestleMania 35. You know what I mean? That it's been further time since then, since he's been, you know, signed. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a real moment for him just as a veteran on that television, and to be able to have, I mean, of course, they had to run the gauntlet, including, you know, Biggie and Woods, to help ensure that their man made it to WrestleMania to face damn Daniel Bryan. Like, you know, he had to really overcome a lot, as we all have to make it to the top of that mountain and hold that championship high. But he did it, and again, it's not just because it was in to highlight black folk, because you got to remember what we're still talking about. It was the people felt a way to the point where, we're going to shout just like they shout in CM Punk when they around the country. We're going to make sure y'all know Kofi needs to be up in there. And then it turned into such a thing. It's why that Saturday when we had that quick record just to say this some nonsense, a couple seconds to take that man's title. It was because of, like Vince said, all of that time that it took, everything that they've done, all those accolades they built just to get to that point. I said I wasn't going to be long-winded. I apologize.
But no, that's what this is, man. This is our purpose, and I've been talking this since the beginning of the year. Is the things that we do, just, you know, with this podcast, with this platform, is purposeful. And I feel like this is this is why we're here. This is our reason here. Is like the importance of this specific group. It's huge to me personally. And so that's crazy, Justin.
Justin. Turnbuckle Talk Tuesday, 6:35. Twitter.com/Black Rasslin. I'm sorry, fam.
Super Tuesday. But yes, it's an interesting time, because I'm not in a terrible decision by the company. I mean, it's not a surprise. They had them niggas next to Waller and all this, man. Listen.
Yeah.
I say this, either give them, and I feel like I've said this on the show, but you was either supposed to give them like the send off, or just maybe it should be gone. You know what I'm saying? I don't need like a indie revival. I don't need to see them hop on another show. I mean, listen, both of those guys are amazing in-ring performers. So I would love to see them keep wrestling if that's what they want to do. Right? But they did the things already. They did all the things already.
They collected all of the Infinity Stones. They got all the Sonic rings. I did notice, well, I guess before I get there, I've seen the timeline is like, you know, people have said, oh, well, you know, They actually, I've seen Bucks versus New Day, Butter versus New, like people are already lining up the dream matches, and I don't know how deep his ties are with All Elite. I imagine he's got a lot of friends over there, just from gaming alone. At the very least, he would have an easy inroad to talk to main man who runs the show over there. But yeah, I guess, I mean, I chat. What would be Kofi Kingston's non WWE name is the first question. Because we Consequences, Creed, and who.
Yeah. I mean, some sort of alliteration.
Kyle Korver. Up, down, down. I mean, wasn't that a WWE Woods situation?
That's another.
I think I saw. Shout out Gabby. Shout out Lip Gloss and Ladders. I saw Gabby mention that first. Who gets the keys to the up, down, down car? Because I remember Woods having that being a thing, and then it got so big that they said, "Nah, come rock with us." Like that's gone.
That's it. I mean, you can, easily rebrand it, right? Oh, he could just be Kofi.
He could just be Kof.
Big Kof and Cope, like Cope.
Yeah.
Kof
and Cope. Creed.
So no, I'm not. No, yes I am. Yes I am. Does Woods rebrand up, down, down to in, out, out?
Where's my applause button? That was good. I honestly, I was looking again. Shout out to Fightful. They mentioned Kofi's last match was on the April 17th episode of SmackDown. They mentioned that Woods last wrestled in a dark match at the Rumble, but they're saying he's still currently sidelined with injury, so maybe he's not ready to wrestle.
Oh, you know what they're gonna mess around and do is that extra time.
They may.
I'm hoping not.
I hope not.
I feel like I wonder if the mutual discussion leads to maybe a different type of timeline.
I think I think the mutual. I think that's right. Mutual sounds like we're not going to try and dick you over, but also they had 20-some people be released last week. Noted with this information was that JC Mateo and Tongaloa, who were both part of the MFTs, and Tongaloa signed in 2024. JC Mateo signed last year.
They did tell us last night, though, right? They told
essentially
when Solo was just out there sick and Talatongo on niggas. We like, oh, hold on, you like now that you 2020 hindsight and all that. Right. I think sense. That makes it more of an interesting thing. But yeah, they told us last night.
It makes sense. Shout out to Doc D. Mm-hmm. You somehow helped us create a very one of my favorite moments of the pod. He was Kofi Nahaji Kingston back in the Indies. Okay, then we may be able to work with something.
Is that pronounced like Najee, like the jazz nigga?
That's where I went initially, but the extra ha in there made me wonder if it's so I'm going to cage match. Yeah, Kofi Nahaji Kingston. When is the last time he ain't wrestled with that name since 2007? So this was like right when he had first signed. He wrestled about 30 matches with that name. No, that makes sense. And again, he's in his 40s. He's 44. Mm-hmm. I imagine Woods is around that age. I still think you could put them on your TNA. You could put them on your AEW if you wanted to. Especially, again, I don't know if Tony Khan's trying to sign both of them.
Oh, but I mean, listen, I will say Tony Khan has a bit more of a reverence for tag team wrestling. You don't see a bunch of the makeshifts over there as much as you see actual teams. Mm-hmm. And so that is a possibility. It would, if that happened, I would be a much more faithful Wednesday watcher. I'm
saying, I think, damn, I normally, I'm normally tapped in just because of the way our lives are flowing now, in almost 10 years. 10 years. I'm normally, at least tapped into the beginning of Dynamite. I will be, because if you're going to do it, they did it with Tommaso Ciampa. Ciampa left WWE and he showed up right that Saturday on Collision. I don't know if the New Day would show up tonight, but we could see it. Stranger things have happened, is all I'm saying. But
yeah,
I think I think what you were saying is kind of where I was going. Is the tag team situation? They are good with their tag teams over there in AEW. I could see them, and again, just look at the Hurt Business. They can go, and they'll probably be able to. I imagine Woods and them want to get more mixy than Lashley and Benjamin really need to. So I could really see them being up and down those shows, especially because I know I get. Oh, you didn't think I could be utilized? You didn't think that was going on over here? Got you. Let me give me a couple of exhibition matches. Let me show y'all what we can do, which y'all ain't been allowing us to do.
Yeah. So the one thing is the folks like this getting let go. I know it's like the fine girl who posts all about her breakup on Facebook, and then niggas start hitting that inbox. I know Tony go. Hey, like the last year y'all put out with the smoke, you need to put that on TV. I know exactly where you could put that.
Hey,
like I can see that. You know what I mean?
It makes sense. No, it makes sense.
But that and so I know that it's gonna be a great deal of that. Right, we're gonna see a bunch of where could they land? Creed has a history with TNA. Could they use this time to kind of put him in their Hall of Fame while he isn't? You know what I'm saying? Which would be a good way for him not to have to sign to anything, but also be able to kind of utilize him a bit.
Yeah. He can have a Naomi year. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then that's the other thing. Could they just go outside and use the Cody blueprint to leave and be the biggest thing on earth, and then come back and go out the way they should?
Wait, brother fam. I'm surprised I ain't even think about the surprise. We could be not that long from the New Day. I don't know if they want to go in an award tour, but we could be getting New Day and Ashe.
Yeah, that's what what's name posted that earlier.
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Fight
New Day and Ashe would be crazy.
Atlanta ain't that far from Ashe, is correct, Joe Dixon. That is correct. It's
Creek. I think posted that, didn't he? Was it Creek or was it Joe Dixon?
Shout out Creek. It may have been Creek. I hadn't seen it, but it makes all of the sense in the world. It's and right now I think exactly what you were saying in regards to Consequences Creed possibly being able to do like a TNA Hall of Fame get all that run in right now in between, whatever their next situation, if they wanted to, could be, because this could also be, we've done like we were saying, we've done everything over here. Mm-hmm. We haven't been able to do and work like this. And again, I mentioned the best in the world conversation with the tag teams. Like, they've not been able to do all of that. It could be something that happens now. What? Hey, brother. Brother Matt in the building.
All
brother
hands
Matt.
meeting. All hands meeting.
What's up?
Yo, what the fuck is going on?
This is what we're trying to figure out.
Yeah, look, you see it.
We ain't got no like new information.
I didn't see any of this.
This is why we ran to the chat first.
Yeah,
I didn't see the chat.
I know. Yeah, you've been daddy.
I will say, go check the alumni section of the WWE.com. That'll tell you all the things that you need to know.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's real. I'm actually checking it too because I haven't seen if either of them have spoken. Now, I imagine this is all you really need to have on the timeline. I wouldn't be surprised if this is kind of it, and then right before they do, or we'll see some. What is likely going to happen? They this is the announcement, quote unquote. We'll see them do something, and then there will be a conversation that's had. I think that may be how it works, but I damn sure wasn't, like Meg said, I wasn't expecting to wake up today and see that. This kind of changes the Saturday. What did DSC Digital say? Salute to you, first of all, for put something in the collection pile. He said Woods got WWE to push his other name on up down Austin Creed was clever as hell and got him to set up his post WWE life, which I think that's kind of the beauty in the play world and the real world when you're able to, because I mean, for all intents and purposes, and we actually, this one thing I'm glad we're here now. Woods individually, he may not have been a WWE world champion, which I know math like Woods, I think, more than anybody out of all of us, but he was really able to turn himself into a personality in this realm that Fan was mentioning earlier. If you talk about a Comic-Con, pop culture, whatever you want to, he was hosting shit on G4 because he was a pro wrestler who was able to find his niche as a gamer and make those worlds collide. He could have been set for just that and likely will still be able to do all that stuff. What's up, brother man?
This happened this morning.
This happened. It's 31. It happened maybe about 15 minutes before I pressed.
So I'll say this. Shout out to brother Mange. The bruv sent a DM.
He sent the tweet. Oh, he sent it. He DM'd you?
No, he sent I saw a DM and it said, "It's a sad day." Yes, it is. And I was like, "What? What the fuck is he talking about?"
Right.
So then I just scrolled and I saw the New Day has departed, and I'm like, "Yo, what the fuck is going on?" So I screen capped it, went to the chat, and I seen y'all motherfuckers was jamming for 6 hours already.
We out here trying to make sure. What did Pastel the Blur staff? Hold up. First, shout out to my blurs out there. Piece of tapping it with the blur. He said, "I want New Day at EVO, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Ashe, DreamCon, Comic-Con, AEW, my family reunion, anywhere and everywhere." You gotta, if you talking your family reunion, y'all better make sure y'all got that booking price, because I can't imagine it's going to be low.
They giving out some cake at your family reunion?
It better not be no damn pancakes neither.
Not no is he black?
He said blurred.
Ain't too many.
And he got Kofi on.
Ain't too many pancakes with the. All right. Anyway.
Yes, it is.
Bring some brisket too.
So
Never mind.
So no, this popped up. I got a bunch of shit going on today, just like everybody else. You know what I mean? It's the weekend.
It's the weekend. Yeah.
I came from the hookah bar last night. This is why my day hasn't been started yet.
Is this why you were here with the goddamn dulcet tones? Good morning, guys.
Yo, with my lungs, I should not be in the hood hookah bar.
That's your lungs. Yeah, you're right. That's
2 in the morning is absolutely crazy.
2?
2.
It's crazy. Made no damn sense.
It doesn't. Yo, I'm like, yo, is this what y'all do in the hood? Like, everything gets sparklers. Like, niggas was bringing out Heinekens with sparklers. I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
Heineken sparklers is wild.
That is crazy.
Sparklers and signs. Like, the signs was like, fuck y'all niggas.
What was going on?
So, not to derail this shit from sad day, but the good brothers, Jake Malls from the In Crowd, it was his birthday.
Peace to the In Crowd. Happy birthday. Happy belated birthday.
So a friend of ours came back in town. Shout out to Antonio.
Shout out Antonio.
Tone came back home. He's been out of town for some years. I haven't seen Tone in about 6-7 years, maybe longer than that.
6-7.
And 6-7. And I just wanted to go out and have a good time for Brother Malls, and we wound up and when the DJ comes over the microphone, he's like, "Yeah, I see a lot of gangsters in here tonight."
What?
I said, "Yeah, it's time for me to go home."
A lot of gangsters in the house.
And it wasn't like the house wasn't that big.
It wasn't a big house.
Let me make sure I'm not next to one of these gangsters and get the fuck out of here.
It's a lot of gangsters in the house, and I'm clearly not one of them.
I'm not one of them G's, B.
Doc D sent some vintage Kofi Mania Kingston. I gotta download this. I wonder if I could play this. I don't think this is WWE content, so I should be fine. And it's only like a minute or so. But yeah, there's some 20-year-old Kofi. Let me. He got a little natural.
Not little natural. Butt face too. Nah.
Yeah. This is young Kofi. Hold up. This is from Chaotic.
Kofi probably looked like the one dude, the one little online dude that wearing the big glasses. Kofi.
Hold up. Let me see.
Nigga said Kofi looked like Noah bit on here. Yo, cut it off, man.
Stop it.
That's it right there. Hold on. Just hit it on the head. Ever since they moved Mania from New Orleans
did they put the root
off?
That may have been it.
Did they
put the root?
They put the root on the shit.
That makes sense.
They Danhausen themselves. That's exactly what it was.
The Blam housing.
They put the Blam housing on it. For real. Hold on, let's
Blam
see.
housing is just definitely a gun euphemism.
Blam housing.
Look at the Blam house.
Look at that coat, yo.
That's a Sherman.
You look like Norbit.
Is this the best you can do with your buildings?
Oh, the accent.
Oh shit, he sound like Mimi.
Horrible.
He sound like Mimi.
That the only thing that you can do is tear them down, break them down to rubble. You see?
Rubber. Some shoes.
Yeah.
Look at all. Oh, the accent is Jamaican. Them shoes is
scrap
Nigerian.
metal here. It is disgusting.
Oh my God, them shoes.
Yo, look at them
This
shits. He
is
got
the
the Clements
foundation.
on.
Now he got leather jellies on, yo. He is geeking. He is geeking. Hey, whoever signed Kofi had vision.
Right.
Vision.
Sign that young man. Sign that young man.
Right now.
Right now.
Cameraman, look over there. Look right there. This is an American
What part
playground.
of Boston is this?
You
Right.
want your children to
Bombed out
play
and depleted.
amongst the rubble. Your kids. Last time, I told you I had a mission. And in Methuen, Massachusetts, I started that mission.
This is
And on March 10th, this Friday, Kofi Mania Kingston is going to continue that mission. And that is to rebuild chaotic wrestling. The first step in rebuilding this pathetic nation.
damn.
Caribbean Norbit is crazy.
Caribbean orbit is crazy. I
yo.
had never seen Kofi Mania. Man, look, maybe that's what we're gonna see. Maybe it'll be Mania and Creed up on Dynamite this Wednesday or tonight.
Nah, it ain't gonna be that quick. I mean, the mutual language makes this more interesting than anything for me because there's more unknown, there's more like what can be. And like I said, man, they could just be like, yo, we done. We'll see y'all in the Hall of Fame.
I think that's the thing. We can't factor in, or we can't factor out two things. One, Woods being injured may mean that if there is some type of return, it could be longer than we anticipated, but maybe it could be a situation where that may just be it. I don't know. I think regardless, Again, I don't know how long we wait for a confirmation. This news is sad. This news is sad, and what did I see the other? Oh, there go. Oh,
would you look?
The good brother.
Everybody showing up late to work.
The good brother.
I'm sorry. I was, I've been watching SmackDown. I didn't watch SmackDown last night because I moved yesterday.
I'm about to say, I see.
Come on, stainless steel. Come on, stainless steel.
Shut up.
He's back. Stainless steel. Recessed lighting. Okay. We don't do white refrigerators over here.
Right,
okay?
right. I feel you on that. I should have got some stainless steel. So you said you didn't watch SmackDown, but you just saw the news?
Yeah, well, I slept in because I didn't go to bed till 3:00 in the morning.
Was you at the hookah lounge with man?
No, I was in my apartment putting together my king size bed with the pillow top mattress because I gotta be ready for my twerpers when they come through.
Hey yo, cut him out the chat. Cal, put him out the chat right now. You put that thing.
You just getting up?
No, I've been up since I didn't check my messages. I woke up and then somebody called me begging for money. And I was like, I just moved, bitch. Sorry. Right. And I'm getting ready to put together my entertainment center, and I got some stuff coming from Target so I can cook me a nice meal tomorrow. And I, just looked at my Gmail, and we have our own team chat. And I said, let me check my messages, and I saw it, and I was like,
Yeah.
This is, you know what? And I know y'all probably already talked about it at nauseam.
Go ahead.
But this is not how you do generational acts.
Exactly.
You were supposed to send them away, and it looked like you would have learned this lesson from R-Truth. But
that's what I didn't bring up. Go in.
You do not send off. This is like, and even if it's a business, even if I always say it's a TV show, it's Broadway with stunts.
Right.
But even on television, right? When a major character is leaving the show, or let's say Law and Order SVU is going off the air, you give it a proper send off.
Yep.
You write the character out, unless it was bad blood and the character just the real actor just abruptly leaves or something like that. You write that character off because your audience has been invested in this character for several seasons. In this case, a decade plus. Okay. You don't send people off with a random letter. Now, to be fair, I haven't read all of the reports. I don't know if it's an issue where they let the contract expire and they're negotiating. It could be that. Right.
It could be that.
But this is not how you announce, even at bare minimum. So let's say it's the case where they let the contract expire and they're going to, renegotiate. You don't put this out there in the atmosphere. You continue to work the back channel until you get a deal. If you can't get a deal, then if it's no time, this also speaks to creative and management not really being on the same page, because if as management you knew that a legacy act was going to be leaving, you should have been working with creative, and not just to have them not appear on TV, because they have been on TV recently. You should have been working with creative to give a proper ending to the storyline, to the character, because this is not how you do generational acts. This is like James Brown dying and we just throw him in a cremation coffin, bitch, and nobody's at the like, that's not how you do legacy acts.
Fact.
So the thing is, though, is the language that's been used. That's outstanding. The language that has been used is that this was a mutual decision. This is the different language from everyone else that has been released recently.
Right.
Is this language is like they was like, hey, look it, I don't want to come home no more, take it easy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if this just them putting niggas in the dirt. I mean, there's still there still will be, in my opinion, there still will be, like, they're going in that Hall of Fame.
Oh,
easy.
absolutely.
They need
Right.
to.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
But
they
I
need to.
think it'll be a situation where it's all three of the gentlemen, and maybe that'll be something on TV. But they have, like I said earlier, man, they have an opportunity to run around the world and become the biggest tag team and come back to this company that, I'm sorry, doesn't care about tag team wrestling. To come back and be one of the biggest things in goddamn wrestling in general.
Facts.
I don't care what the headline is. Since we've been on here, we'd have made a couple dollars. I think we might need to do Saturdays.
All right. You say that now.
This nigga's never coming. He's never.
mind
clocking
I'm
in.
never gonna be here.
He's
I'm
never
No,
not.
hookah
clocking
face
in
when he
Saturday.
first got on here.
Hookah
I'm not
face,
gonna
yo.
be. Yo, it feel like the U.S. government and the WWE are going blow for blow on who could fuck up the most.
No, and like DNC
Not
Digital
close, though.
says, shout out to the good brother DNC Digital. He said they didn't even get a curtain call. Could have done something for the house and posted on socials along with interviews from. Well, and that's the thing. I just saw that documentary they did about Shawn Michaels, the one that was on Peacock, and they a lot of, like, the bulk of the final part of that documentary was Talking Head, NXT, somebody from his past, blah, 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 and they were all speaking glowing. Kofi Kingston signing there in 2006 and then leaving in 2026. Think of the people who are on the roster and who have been gone, who he's influenced and imparted knowledge on. Damn, he beat my ass one night, but then I won and I was able to go here. Like, there's got to be so much of that with him alone, and them as a crew. It's got to be. I can only imagine what the stuff that Undertaker and them would get pissed off about. I'm sorry.
You fine, pal. You bring up a great point, though. He signed with the company in 2006. It's 2026. This is not how you end a 20-year career.
No,
This is the equivalent of the gold watch.
Right.
Matter of fact, it's not even a gold watch.
Right.
It's not.
And you know what this also says? This sends a wider message to talent. You know what this says? This says that get all the money you can. Get all the money you can.
Yep.
The era of Vince with loyalty, and if you know, Vince had his pros and cons, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Vince was also loyal to certain people. If you was one of his guys, he was going to do you a certain way.
Right.
And what this says to me, that after 20 years, this is, if I'm talent, I just want to get the money.
You got to.
Like, just go ahead and get the money. And now it makes me, I critique this lady all the time, but it gives me new insight on Jade Cargill. Because it's like, girl, get all the money you can. Even if you're not, the best wrestler, in my opinion, who cares? Because they don't care. They don't care.
These people have been independent contractors our entire life.
Exactly.
This is, and this I think it was that last episode, talking about how this is like they're trying to treat this like it's an actual sport. So you're gonna have to start looking at it like a player in the NFL or in the NBA. Like, yo, like Ab just said, you go get your money first, and it's fuck the team. It really is.
Mm-hmm. That's what it is.
You gotta
you get the biggest check you can get, and then I'm seeing they release Tongaloa and Jeff Cobb as well. And look at how they did that man. He had a very good reputation, a great, and
I was so ready. I was so ready for Jeff Cobb, and it was just a dude standing there behind Solo Sikoa.
Tonga.
Now, which one? Because I got the Loas and the Tongas confused. Which one is this one?
Tonga,
the Bocce one. The one
Bocce Loa should have been his name.
The Marlon
this
Wayans.
is the one that goes.
No.
Okay.
This is the one.
This is the one that get injured all the time.
Yes.
The Marlon Wayans.
Sean.
The Shawn Wayans of the bloodline. No, because Marlon was the funny one. Because he's the funny.
Tonga Low is low key funny, but I think
Yes.
the bigger part is that he just came back from injury not too long ago, if I'm not mistaken. Like, stayed out.
Yeah.
But that Jeff Cobb, I think they really and it made. We just talked about Will Cruz, who just hit that big dude, hit that moonsault. Mm-hmm. Don't fuck around and be a Jeff Cobb. Like, you got to be able to get out there and get mixy on your own, because it'd be too much. It'd be too much for them to make you think it's you somebody. Patrick now said WWE's getting weird. I'm glad I started to fall in independent wrestling. I understand that.
I'm gonna have to dive into independent, if I'm keeping up, because I guess I am a wrestling head for real now. I'm not just like somebody. I'm not a part timer.
You don't mingle with the pores.
I don't mingle with the musty. Okay, it's the difference. Okay. So like financial acumen has nothing to do with that. Well, yeah, that's why I don't go to the events with the regulars, because I don't want must. Okay, I smell like Louis Vuitton's Pacific Chill. I don't do must.
I thought you was gonna say something else. You was about to say something else. They treat Hall of Fame players who leave teams better in pro sports. Yeah, they do. Hey. I'm not wrong.
But sometimes you gotta trade Michael Parsons.
Sometimes, well, and I did see the report, and actually I made a joke about it on Twitter.
Yo, we really got moved this to Saturday.
You see the numbers?
In fact, there's a report going around saying that there a lot of these releases are because of age,
and I can understand that. I can understand that.
If you're going to tell me it's about age, I would need to see people older. And I mean, and again, this could be mutual. I don't know the situation, but this would feed more into that than some of the other conversations I've been seeing. I don't like it anymore, but
I think that also too. Like, let's be clear, Xavier Woods especially has it. Like, Xavier Woods 40 is not the average person 40. Xavier Woods' body looks amazing.
Right.
Randy Orton looks. I think also too, we got to look at it in context. To us, it looks different. And I forgot who it was. It was like one of these wrestling talking heads, or like, I don't know if it was Dave Meltzer or somebody, but they said something that really resonated with me. And they said age in wrestling also depends on how long you've been on TV, because you can be 40 but have not been on TV and not feel 40 to the audience because they haven't been watching you for 20 years.
Fact.
Whereas you can be you can be on TV for 20 years and look amazing, but because you've been on TV for 20 years, you feel older than what you actually look and feel like, because the audience has been looking at you for 20 years.
They're used to you,
right?
And everything. Yeah.
So let's take if Randy didn't have his back issues, right? With the body that he have, with the body that he have, okay.
Okay.
If we didn't see Randy on TV for as long as we have and followed his career, if he just showed up as an enforcer or some new person, he wouldn't feel as old to us, because he looks great. Pause.
No, I
no homo. He wouldn't look. He wouldn't look. You know.
Yo, get him out of here.
No, it makes sense though, because they're new. They would look new to you. They're newer people. They wouldn't. Randy, we've seen Randy Orton as a little twerp, and now he's the OG, and he's like, his body, he's grown into looks great. Older man. Great. You know what I mean?
Now let's think about this. Now let's think about in contrast. Now, to us as wrestling, nerds, and to WWE, who runs the business, right? We all, well, not me, because I think he goes, so I don't care. But WWE looks at LA Knight as old.
Yes.
They don't want to invest in him. Yes. However, to the audience, he's getting over, and they like him because he hasn't been on TV. Because him and Randy Orton are the same age, essentially. Right. But he wasn't on TV for 20 years like Randy Orton. Right. So to the public, it's this new shiny guy. So age, especially in sports, because these people have great bodies, is all perception.
Facts.
It's all perception.
Man, look. I guess we'll see.
So where does Big E fall in all this?
He gonna keep
Big
doing
E-
his commentary checks and give them a shout out at Backlash pay-per-view on the desk.
He gonna cry.
I mean that'll be the first thing because because I'm assuming let me see if I don't know if he's been able to post anything. I would assume he's going to say something on that pre-show or post-show something Backlash next weekend. I don't. He's been too open to speaking on things. He's the one that was in the middle of the ring doing the putting the fists in the air. Like, I can't imagine he's not going to acknowledge his New Day brothers, even if it's just a little.
And I
you know what I
think
mean?
the business has to expect that. They have to eat that because you look, not that it matters because black people's rights are getting taken away every day by this government, but I think that, sorry, I ain't gonna go too deep because I know you at work. But they have to expect some sort of, you don't get rid of a 20-year career like this.
I wonder.
You just don't.
I wonder if that is why it was announced the way it was. Like, I wonder if that's if we say both of us made
the mutual thing, yeah.
Then people won't turn on us as bad that they've been trying to turn on us already.
But we know that can be a lie though, because there was that rumor about Kyrie saying wanting to go back to Japan, and Kyrie like, wait a minute, bitch, I didn't say nothing about going back to Japan, bitch.
It definitely makes
backlash.
But no, I think. Yeah, I mean, I put New Day in the headline, and I still say New Day because since Big E got kicked out the group, this been New Day. I'm no shade to Grayson Waller, but I mean that is New Day, and it's not like Big E's gonna be coming back to wrestle.
I think they just didn't know what to do with them. I don't know what kind of creative Xavier and Kofi we're looking at, but at the very least, Xavier is they are a legendary WWE tag team. They're a legendary tag team in wrestling in general. Kofi is a former WWE World Champion with one of the biggest storylines in a WrestleMania season. This is not how you do this, but this shows me that this is a company, and that's why I've been buying less T-shirts. I have been going to less events. Monday Night Raw will be here in Baltimore next month, and I haven't bought a ticket yet. And no shade, it's right down the street from my house.
We're gonna be there. Dad.
Did you get my ticket?
I will.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you. But
I got tickets for my birthday. Shout out to Mrs. Fam.
We'll be there.
Well, if I go, I'm going to have protest signs.
I'm not
all right, I'll be there.
All right, well, I ain't gonna bring a time then. I ain't gonna bring a time if you want my ticket
on the 15th. Oh, I'm sorry.
But yeah, like what does Raw even look like? Because they're phoning in the product. I feel like I've been watching wrestling long enough again now. This year makes 6 years because I started in 2020 during the pandemic. So I'm 6 years in. I'm on the second half of a decade. And I'm in that place now where it's like, oh, you guys don't know what you're doing.
You've hit that time frame where you've noticed the patterns and the formulas again, and yeah, you can see it.
And even if I didn't watch wrestling, I'm a film person, I'm an art person, right. I'm a movie person, right? Which I love Euphoria this season, by the way.
Shout out. Talk about that sometimes.
But even from a screenwriting perspective, this is just bad.
Yeah, it's just bad writing. It's just not good writing.
It's just bad. It's giving unique. Boom, boom, boom.
I think the important thing is to focus on how important the New Day is to black people in pro wrestling because of because of just their success showed all of wrestling that Negroes aren't a monolith. Shout out to Willow saying this last month.
Yep.
Listen, man, it's extremely important to remember that they showed an entire industry. They showed an entire industry that niggas is viable as more than just what you've seen them as over the last 40 years in pro wrestling, from the Saba Simba niggas to goddamn Bad News Brown. All them niggas are like, they stood on their shoulders, but these are the biggest shoulders in black professional wrestling. There are so many people moving forward with oh yeah, we can book him at the top of our show, and we can book this guy, and we all are seeing what we are seeing, the way black people are being used now because of the New Day.
I don't know.
And let's think about that. Let's take that even a step further, because the New Day visually showed that you could sell black talent in a pop culture PG arena, and they could cross over and have mass appeal. And from a gimmick perspective, one has to ask, and this person is dynamic in their own right and will be a future Hall of Famer. But if we don't have the New Day, do we get a gimmick like Bianca Belair?
Exactly.
In a babyface fashion.
Probably not.
Do we get a Glow? Because the Glow started after the New Day kind of broke through. So they changed, and this is something I had an argument with my best friend Erica. Shout out to Erica, your drunk ass. I hope you up now. But I love her. That's my sis. But I said we were having a conversation, and she was like, "I like my wrestlers to look serious, like Bobby Lashley, and all." And I'm like, "That's fine. That's nice." I said, "But what about the black kid who is not that, who watches this program? What about the black kid who watches Star Wars or Nickelodeon and things like that? Where's their representation? Why do we always have to be the big black heavy?"
Exactly.
And that's what I loved about the New Day, was that they showed that black men specifically could be crossover pop culture phenomenon.
Exactly. Creek said.
And I don't know if we're going to see that anytime soon.
No, you're not going to see that.
Yeah, I think we're seeing kind of the end of a particular era happening right now, and specifically up there. Not saying, I mean, there's people that are doing the damn thing, but
they're like the Earth, Wind, and Fire of wrestling.
I mean, what did Creek say? Would there be 50 wrestlers in the 50 if the New Day didn't exist? I mean,
and thank you, New Day.
Probably not. Shout out, and I mean, hell, that's the other Kofi accolade. Who was the first number one, man?
Kofi. And let's talk about when Kofi won, even though I wasn't watching then. The merch, I remember that crossed over. I wasn't watching wrestling then, and I knew about his win. And I went on WWE Shop, not as a watcher, just to get a shirt, because I liked the design. Yeah. And all the shit was sold out.
Did you buy some Bootios?
No, I didn't. That was, and then let's talk about iconic entrances. The Bootios box.
I got a box.
Okay? The Bootios box, when it tipped over and they came out. Let's talk about them hosting WrestleMania. I forget the amusement park one. Mm-hmm. You know, the New Day belt, the custom tag team belt, which is a coveted item. And it's sold like hotcakes. It's sold so quickly.
Stop it, Alex. Stop it.
Oh, God. I just saw that. Well, yeah. And she back. Isn't that ironic? Isn't it ironic? See, y'all put me on a Saturday morning when I'm up and refreshed. Not after a long day of work.
That's what he's saying. That's exactly what he said. Hey, everybody, every night can't be a Thursday night, but that Bootios or something. Yeah, that Bootios, they made money. I imagine they made money off that.
Oh yeah, they made a lot of money off of
the They had books too and stuff. They were able to take the that New Day brand and really merch that out. They had a couple of them bright ass T-shirts.
Yeah, I got it now. I'm glad I kept my Bootios shirt from offline, because that's going to be like a thing. And I got the thick, fully sublimated one with the box. it's too big for me now, but I'll just wear it as a nightgown.
Wait,
Wearing it as a nightgown
y'all
is
tasted the
insane.
bootios?
You said what?
Have y'all tasted the bootios?
Hey, yeah, you know what?
No, but I did taste
Yes.
the Jey Uso frosted flakes, and
Yes,
it was
I
good.
did. I did. I had some
It's,
booty.
hold on, it's actual frosted flakes.
Yeah, the Jey Uso Yeet flakes, they was frosted flakes.
Yeet
I ate them, and they
flakes?
was actually good. Yeah,
I didn't know that was. I didn't know that was a thing.
yeah. They had boxes. They was $10 a piece. I mean, I never had I had bootios, but I never had bootios. But I I couldn't resist. How could you not walk into that?
We're not gonna have a show on Saturday anymore.
Like I said at the top of it's only so many times we've even congregated on a Saturday, and the end of Kofi Mania, it was reason enough. Gosh, I don't know if there's anything else. I guess we'll wait for more information as I would not be surprised if we don't hear from Kofi or Xavier Woods until
they come on our show.
Sounds good.
Kofi,
New Day rocks. Then I'm gonna have on.
Kofi Nahaje, Consequences Creed. If y'all holla at the kids for real.
Yeah, it's nobody stopping us, man. It's nobody stopping us.
No stopping. All right, let's get out of here. Appreciate the chat for rocking with us.
Early. We out early.
We out early.
Yo, I'm telling you, hookah when you in your. It's not for the older niggas.
We still taping.
Isn't
it ironic? All you wanna do is some chronic, but then you forgot when you were down. Who was around? I can't eat, I can't sleep anymore. Waiting for love to walk.